Hi there, and welcome to another dose of virtual vitamin Z. This is DZS News for the week of March 29th, 2021. I'm your co-host, Stephen.
And I'm your co-host, Claire. As we wrap up March's Reading Month and National Reading Month, Stephen and I have one more book each to share with you in celebration of this literacy-based event. This week, I have picked Diary of a Worm by Doreen Cronin, which is one of my favorites to read with young children. Worms are often misunderstood and even feared in some capacities, and this book explores that in a rather tongue-in-cheek kind of fun way. So it's a great one to read if you or someone in your life is a little nervous about worms and would like to know a little bit more about them. So it's a good one.
The book I chose is called Animal Envy by Ralph Nader. Now, this is an interesting book. It also encourages people to think about the perspectives of other animals. And the idea is, it's a what if. What if animals were able to talk with humans in some way? What would they tell us? This book is all about what they would say to us. And it's a really interesting way to reflect on how we relate with animals. And I would definitely encourage you all to check it out.
You know, Stephen, I think our books might be more similar than we originally thought here, because this one does take on the perspective of worms.
Yeah, for sure.
We are going to launch right into some Detroit Zoological Society updates for everyone. This week, we are celebrating Bunnyville. In the past, this has been a 1 or 2 day event. This year, we have reimagined it to make sure we're providing the safest experience possible for our community. So Bunnyville starts today, March 29th, and runs all the way through April 3rd from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You do need to make a reservation online to come out and visit us, so we hope that you do that. We'll have a whole bunch of different activities. There's going to be colorful chalk drawings, goodie bag giveaways, mascot appearances, photo opportunities, and so much more. Just a reminder that masks are required for all guests ages 5 and older, and we do have capacities on each day of Bunnyville, so if you'd like to come out and celebrate spring with us, please get on and make that reservation at DetroitZoo.org.
I'm really excited to see how this new approach to Bunnyville turns out. I'm particularly excited for the virtual bingo game, and being able to kind of walk around the zoo and see some of these fun signs and things like that.
I'm excited too. The events team has been working really hard to reimagine this, and I would be remiss if we didn't give a shout out to all of the sponsors who helped make this possible this year. Meyer is our presenting sponsor. Thank you, Meyer, for all that you do to help us in all the different programming across the board. T-Mobile, Aquatats, Michigan Educational Credit Union, the National Heritage Academies, and Doge Environmental Services. Thank you to all of you for helping us make this event possible for our community. Stephen, back to you for some organizational updates.
There are a lot of organizational updates, and in fact, there's so many. I would say check out the Detroit Zoo's page and go to the section where it talks about your visit to the zoo, and it'll give you all this information. But a couple of updates to highlight are: one, starting today, the Detroit Zoo will be open again from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So that's an extra hour in the afternoon. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. for the next week will still be reserved for members only. And then next week, we will open that up to everybody, so everybody can make reservations from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. We also have some concessions and retail updates. Boardwalk Station is now open, and then American Coney Island will be open this week, and then Friday through Sunday beginning the following week. Cup and Cone is open this week. Fountain Dippin' Dots is open. So be sure to check out that page to see where the new places are that you can get some refreshments while you're visiting.
All right, so I have some updates for everyone for Solaire's Habitat. I went over this weekend and visited to see how everything was coming along. They made some more modifications to the pool area. They're allowing that concrete to cure. You can see in the pictures here, they've kind of ramped out the entrance and exit to the pool for Solaire so he can easily get in and out of that water space. They've also added a little additional lighting for some of the plants in the corners, and that's actually going to make it easier to see into the habitat and through that glass section there. So we are really closing in here. They're going to do a little bit more planting. They're planning on filling the pool early this week, making sure that everything is working correctly. And then hopefully by the end of the week, Solaire might be able to go out and explore his new habitat. Again, we want to make sure that everything's perfect and safe for him before he does that. And we will be sure to catch footage of that, as the Holden Reptile Conservation Center is not quite open to the public yet, but we won't let you miss out on Solaire exploring that new space. We'll be sure to bring that to all of you.
Claire, I'm really excited, especially for that first moment where Solaire is able to explore this habitat. I'm just really excited to see how, to really imagine how he feels being in there with all of those awesome features for him.
Yeah, a lot of work has definitely gone into this. So I agree. I'm really excited to kind of see the final moments here where he gets to check it out and give his seal of approval. Stephen, back to
And,
you.
and as we've mentioned before, the Detroit Zoo is now hiring. So if you're interested in particular in joining our guest relations team, be sure to apply online at dzoo.org/gr. We are hiring guest relations team members as well as events team members and zoo mascots. And it is definitely a great gig, and it would be awesome to be on the team with you. So if you're looking for a new position, be sure to check it out.
You know, our retail and concession partners with Service Systems Associates, they do all of the fantastic concession catering and retail work here at the Detroit Zoological Society. They are also hiring, and you can find their application on our website as well. Check them out for a great opportunity to work this spring and summer here with us out at the zoo. We'd love to have you. Stephen, back to you. What's our humane tip of the month?
So the humane tip of the month is making responsible companion animal decisions. This time of year, a lot of people might feel interested in doing something to celebrate the holidays, like purchasing a baby chick or a baby bunny for their families, but this can actually do a lot of harm for these animals. And there are more humane choices that we can make instead. So we have a short video explaining how to think through this decision-making process. Making responsible companion animal decisions. As spring begins, you may be thinking about how you and your family can celebrate the new season. Every year, some people celebrate by giving their children baby chickens or rabbits as presents. While this may seem like a good idea, it has many negative consequences. Bringing a companion animal into your home is a very important decision, as it means committing to caring for that animal for their whole life. Caring for a companion animal, whether they are a chicken, rabbit, dog, or cat, requires a lot of time, money, and other resources. Many people who give their children baby chickens or rabbits as presents soon realize that they are unable to care for the animal, and animal shelters are often overwhelmed by the number of chickens and rabbits who were surrendered to them in the days following holidays like Easter. What is worse is that many more animals are released into the wild where they are unable to survive. Fortunately, there are many humane alternatives for celebrating spring, including giving plush chicks or bunnies as presents, observing baby wildlife in your local environment, volunteering in an animal rescue, particularly those that care for chickens and rabbits, and if you and your family are able and prepared to, adopting a chicken, rabbit, or other companion animal from an animal rescue, especially in the days after holidays like Easter. All right, Claire, back to you for our feature story.
Yeah, this is a really interesting opportunity that's come up recently, and we're inviting our community to help and participate in it. We are teaming up with some top country artists for an All Together for Animals virtual benefit concert. Now, I don't know about you, but it's been a minute since I've been to a concert. So a virtual concert looks pretty darn good right now. So this is a one-time virtual benefit, and it's going to feature some great country artists. And those proceeds are going to benefit the Detroit Zoological Society as well as the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. So the evening includes performances by Brad Paisley, Old Dominion, Ashley McBride, several other performers. And while many of you know the feeding and caring for the animals at the Detroit Zoo has not changed, the revenues that help us to do that certainly have, both by making sure our capacities were limited to ensure the safety of our guests, staff, and the animals that we care for. But by participating in this online event, you can help provide some critical support for our mission of celebrating and saving wildlife. So tickets are $30, $15 of which goes directly to the Detroit Zoological Society. And you will have access to that live concert, which takes place this Wednesday, March 31st at 8 p.m. And you can visit our website at detroitzoo.org, or you can check out the link shown up here on the screen on how you can purchase tickets. So, Stephen, are you going to the concert?
I am going to the concert. I'm really excited for it. It's been a while since I've been to a concert, and I kind of love these virtual concerts because one of the things about going to a or not a real concert, but an in-person concert is you've got to dress up. There's a certain level of kind of performance. Whereas with this, you can, make dinner, have a drink of your choice, and maybe, have a family member or friend and just enjoy the concert with them. So I'm really excited for a nice, relaxing, and country music infused Wednesday evening this week. I also want to mention that if you are interested in doing more to support the Detroit Zoological Society, when you purchase your ticket, there's an option to make an additional donation. So it's the $15 for the concert and then a $15 donation, but then you can also add on additional. And just make sure that you're following the link that we share with you so that donation goes directly to the DZS.
A great plan, Stephen. I think my favorite concept of a virtual concert is one, I don't have to wait in line for the bathroom, which is not something that most gentlemen have the experience of doing. And two, you don't get stuck in all that traffic trying to get off of like the concert grounds, right? And just like stuck in lines of traffic for forever. So I'm on board with this whole virtual concert.
That would be kind of funny if they like tried to make it a more authentic experience, and so you had to like, wait to go to the bathroom and then go get stuck in traffic afterwards, just to keep it as authentic as possible.
You can't exit your living room for 15 minutes. Oh, all right. Let's get on to our virtual education program preview of the week. As always, you are spending Monday morning with Stephen and I for DZS News. This is episode 13 for the year.
On Tuesday, the Saving Wildlife episode is on the Partula snails, which sounds pretty interesting. They have a really great story.
This is a species that we have literally helped bring back from the brink of extinction. So we're excited to share their story with everyone. On Wednesday at 11 a.m., we'll be doing one of our virtual habitat chats and focusing on the Bactrian camels.
And this one's going to be really interesting. The Bactrian camel is actually a really interesting species because there is a domesticated species and then there's a wild species who share the same name. So if that sounds as confusing to you as it does to me, check out this episode. We'll explain it for you. Next up on Thursday, Animal Welfare Tales, we will be talking about the straw-colored fruit bats. And this is a really interesting rescue story. And we'll also be talking about what efforts we made to make sure that fruit bats were able to thrive in a habitat that we had created for them.
And Friday morning at 11 a.m., we are kicking off our new Friday series, which is going to be focusing on citizen science, also known as community science or participatory science. And each Friday this month, we're going to be featuring a different project on how you can engage with collecting data or making observations in your neighborhoods and in your communities and sharing that out with scientists and researchers who are doing work on a global scale. They need your help, and we're going to give you some tips and tricks and some platforms on just how you can help with that. So excited to bring that whole series to you because this is Citizen Science Month, April is. So lots of opportunities coming up to share with our community on that.
Project Budburst, it sounds like a really exciting project. I love going outside in the spring and seeing the first flowers, the first leaves. And so to be able to do that, but also have it moving in the direction of supporting larger scientific endeavors is pretty cool.
Agreed.
So in addition to our virtual vitamin Z offerings that we share on Facebook and YouTube, we also have a couple of other resources, including the Belle Isle Nature Center's virtual backyard, where you can find videos that give you tips and ideas for connecting with nature in your local environment. Definitely worth checking out, especially now as people might start to feel compelled to start gardens. There are lots of tips on how to do that in a responsible way. Be sure to check that out.
And a reminder, if you are a teacher or a homeschool parent or you know someone, please share out our virtual learning labs. Many different ones to choose from there that can help enhance classroom curriculum. We're flexible whether or not classrooms are in-person, hybrid, face-to-face, remote, whatever is going on in the community. We have programming to help support that. So please be sure to check that out on DetroitZoo.org as well. It's under the Education tab.
All right, that's it for today's DZS News episode. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, stay healthy, Detroit.